Oh, what's up elsewhere? Yes, it's 2 a.m. Yes, I have work tomorrow. Yes, it's frustrating. Yeah, that's pretty bad, man. Good morning, though. Yeah, that's pretty bad, dude. Underfoot overtunedness? Yes. Unfortunately, I don't really have much choice because it's the hot zone. So for us to really be getting like decent EXP, unfortunately, I gotta put up with it. But it is worth it though. I mean, we're getting really good EXP. Even with the mercenary out, we're getting 1.5%. So is it just a case of power through those 5 levels and get to the other side? Yeah, pretty much. I mean, if I can get to, I want to say probably level 90. If I can get to level 90, I can go to some of the House of Duel content that I really want to get to. And that's like the hump that I have to get over, basically. So basically, Burrell's Rest, 2 zones. I'm gonna say, surprised you're not hearing. Instead of, oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Ominous? I was actually just about to message you and see if you wanted to join. It's, let me see here. I'm trying to get Ion over here because he's gonna group up too. Yeah, Ominous. I'm in the Foundation right now. Let me see here. Okay, under Query and then the Foundation. Let's see here. Under Query, then Foundation. Short run from spawn in and rest. Yeah, this, you guys are gonna see some of like my least favorite content. Anything that's like Underfoot esque is like some of my least favorite content. But unfortunately, right now it is currently the hot zone, so it's the place to go. So to kind of combat how slow this can be, I've been putting Wrath of the Wild on my pet for my druid. Oh shit. Target. There we go. Yeah, I've been like putting the insane damage shield on my pet to kind of make up for how much damage these guys do. I know you guys can't really see it on screen, but these guys hit pretty hard. 4,600. Why is that taking so long to die over there? Jesus. Everything here in this expansion basically either has a massive amount of HP or they hit really hard or both. So yeah, if I can just make it to like 90, I can go back to House of Thule, or at least it's kind of worth it. As if people didn't need putting off. Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, it's something. I mean, we're getting great EXP, don't get me wrong. We have an EXP potion going too, so that kind of helps. This would normally be content that it's expected that you have like a full group of stacked people. Oh shit. So this expansion is basically just like, oh god, I hope I don't get hit more than once. The experience. But thankfully, I've got a pocket druid. Some ways glad I won't be doing this content, or rather stay in 80 content going light blue. I would too, but the EXP, man, it gets so much slower. Even doing like House of Thule Courtyard, when stuff turns to like blue content, it just slows down so much, man. Instead of getting the 1.5% that we'd be getting here with the mercenary, we would start getting like shit 0.2 and 0.3%. Oh, he's 94. Nice. But if you didn't have 2 times the babysitters, that would not be. Oh no, 100%. Yeah, it wouldn't be a normal option. Not at all. Yeah, this content would be, to say substantially harder is kind of an understatement. It'll be a little bit easier now that we got a couple extra people here. Yeah, that's Ion. He had been messaging me a little bit ago. So he's going to be power leveling us a little bit because he's in his 90s. So hey, what's up, Elemental? And Pixel. Been checking all day, was expecting a morning stream. Yeah, I wasn't really feeling it earlier, so I'm doing good, man. How are you? So when's our 24-hour stream? Well, I've got a full week left, so yeah, I need to say Pixel has arrived. Okay, I'll make a special thing just for you, man. Yeah, I've been taking it really slow today, so someone timing me out when 99.9% of the chat agreed with me on Mr. String. Oh, almost pulled a whole lot more than we expected. That's awesome, man. You're not far behind at all. That doesn't sound like Pixel at all. Can't imagine who would do that, to be honest. We could say, watch out, Pixel's here with his banhammer. Medic, this is called the Underfoot. Sorry, not the Underfoot. This is the foundation in the Underfoot. Ominous on making you Master Looter, by the way. I'm so blessed to be in the same chat. Exactly, there we go. See, Pool Boy gets it. Yeah. Ban Pool Boy. No, no. No ban hammering going on right now. If you ban me, then Vivi never gets any gift subs. See? Exactly. Oh, well. There goes a portion of the EXP, probably. Elsewhere, thanks for the lurk, man. Someone else besides me say the Corona sucked tonight. Not yet, but you never really know. Yeah, we have a few. See, Pool Boy gets to stay around. He knows what's up. He understands the prerequisites to be in the Cool Kids Club. All the cool was gonna hang out in the piranhas. And we'll have lots of fun, too. Oh, this is a threefer. Threefer. With your mom. Why not my dad? You gonna leave my dad out of this? That's just not fair. Can't spoil a shovel, have fun. You have 1,000 meters to find it. Hey. Especially if she's buried in the piranhas. Uh-oh. Piranhas are full of sand, it's coarse and rough, and it gets everywhere. There's so much to love about the piranhas. Oh, fuck yeah. 85. Now we got access to Overseer as well. So much to loathe about the piranhas. No. Sweet. Where's my weapon at? My second favorite place after Guck. Hell yeah. Okay, we got a new weapon as well. Uh-oh. Hey, what's up, Nines? Ion, I don't know if you're in chat, dude, but thank you for pulling, by the way. That makes this like 1,000 times easier for me. What zone is this? This is called the Foundation, part of the Underfoot expansion. It's the level 85 hot zone. Got even better ferocity now. I'm sure more have seen this zone with viewers that we got now than the piranhas. Oh, and he's mezzing as well? Fuck yeah. It's been so long since I've had a bard in group doing stuff. See, right now there are much more important things to hate, and it's called Underfoot. That's kind of where we need to be at for hate. And one of the worst parts about this zone is the fact that that everything hits like 3 times harder than it needs to, and you can only partially slow it. Oh. He just did low blow me on the bard. Oh shit. To start doing any of the epics or 2.0s on the personas. Ominous, I'm definitely going to. I think first up for me is this Beast Lord, because he's the highest level. Hey, what's up, Weasel? This is the foundation. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Beast Lord is first on the list for me. Oh, ow. Fuck the Beast 1.5 and 2.0. Way too much trade skills for me. Okay, you just sealed the deal. Thanks for telling me about that. No, I will not be doing the Beast Lord epic. Hey, welcome back, Shadow. Thanks for mentioning the trade skills. No, I will never be doing the Beast Lord. Is this the same character from when we partied up? No. I think that character was Bard, I want to say. Yeah, this is my Beast Lord. We just hit 85 on this guy. Can't be nearly as bad as Rogue. If it's not as bad as Rogue, then I'll honestly be pleasantly surprised and happy. I'm afraid I have some bad news, people. Go on. Most of us right now, we already have dealt with plenty of bad news. Oh, I just love it when they explode. Oh, you said that maybe it was the Rogue Epic I'm thinking of. Yeah, if it's the Rogue Epic you were thinking of, then that's okay. Since I've already been through that once, I never have to do it again. I have a bad habit of starting games, playing them for a while, and then going on to something else as part of my restlessness and part procrastination. I think that's fair. No hate. Looking at Beast, it's 100 and baking. Oh, that's not bad at all. That is not bad at all, dude. Okay, so that's not bad. Baking, blacksmithing, and pottery. I can do that in like 25 minutes. I've done the Beast before, and I can't remember doing it, which means it isn't bad. Yeah, that's not bad at all. I have a few huge list of games I started. That's cool, man. I've been multi-gaming. Level 60 is not even one halfway to max. Pet Swarm, Pet Swarm. So many buttons. I'm even thinking like, my buddy earlier today gifted me a game that I'm gonna be playing. I might even play it on stream. Seems like it's gonna be pretty fun. I'll be multi-gaming, so I get it. Shadow, it's your epic is going to be something that it's either A, going to require you to be much higher level, or B, yeah, you're going to have to do it with help. Once we get you higher level, you'll be able to solo it no problem. Even the 2.0. Ion, you're killing it with the mezzing, dude. I love it. Imitation Big Mac from local burger joint and Oreo cookies and cream. Hell yeah, dude. Pixel, you know what I had for dinner? I'm sitting here drinking a 32-ounce coffee and a donut. That's what I'm having for dinner. Dinner of Champions, yep. Had a black and blue burger from local pub. My god, it was good. A black and blue burger? Whoa. What are we talking here? Is that the food you were talking about earlier that you ordered way too much of? Because I'm genuinely curious now. Black as in spicy and blue cheese chunks covered in extra sharp cheddar. I would try that. Sounds interesting. I'm typically not a blue cheese kind of guy, but I would try that. With avocado aioli. Yeah, Shadow, of course, man. Like Elemental's saying, is your epic like your primary concern? Because I would typically say it shouldn't be. But I mean, if it's just like a notch on the crown that you're wanting, I get it as a collector's item, but it's not something that's like a major primary concern for you until higher level. Because these days, I would say the epics probably haven't been completed by most people in the game. crazy good EXP now. I have just no clue of what I want to do. Quite frankly, I'm lost without tag. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's a very real thing. That's kind of what worried me about boosting you up like we did, Chaos, is we boosted you so high that we put you basically in this random category of leveling in a brand new game that a lot of people aren't accustomed to. Want a decent sword, not sure what's good for my level. I mean, at level 60, the options open up quite a bit. Good old raid loot, buddy. And Shadow, that's unfortunately just something that's going to kind of happen on a server like FV, where the level range is, you know, either 1 to 125. You kind of will be the odd man out sometimes, but that doesn't necessarily mean all the time. But I mean, the good news is, even if you do want to take a break for now and just come back to the games at a later point, EverQuest is still going to be here. I mean, it's been here 25 years now, so it'll still be here when you want to come back. That's the glory of it. And besides, just because you don't really feel like it right now doesn't mean that you won't in a day or two. Everything that like Ominous hooked you up with and everything like that, you should still be more than good to go for quite a few levels. You're not really going to experience much of a slowdown in the game until probably like your 70s. And that gives you plenty of time to still go through and mess with your epic and all that other stuff. Got how often Eevee and Ominous were dying the other day. We got, yeah. Yeah. I was dropping like a prom date every 30 minutes. At 65, we can give you tons more loot. Yep. Oh. If dying really does kind of upset you and it feels like it's setting you back, then I can safely say that EverQuest really isn't the game for you. And I don't mean that in like a negative or an off-putting way, but dying is such an integral part of EverQuest that if it does bother you, I mean, I wouldn't know how else to explain it. It's so much so that even with like how streamlined it is, and you don't have to do a corpse run or anything these days, like it used to be so much worse. I've never once died on my 115 SK. Yeah. Like using a keyboard so much better than using my phone to type. Yeah. Oh, here. Let me mark him as pooler. Yeah, you're gonna die a lot if you're doing game that's like your current level content. If you aren't, then it's probably because you're either being carried or you're incredibly well equipped. Hey, what's up, Day? Look at that. Look at my commands working. Type of guy who doesn't want to solo. Sup, slut. Day, thanks for the 8-month resub, man. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You, Pixel, and I want to say Pandy, I think are like my 3 longest. We almost have a sub baby now. Their name is Ominous, yeah. Ominous, you're the sub baby. I get not wanting to solo, unfortunately. I don't know if there's much of an answer for that. This game's too old, yeah. What's up, dude?
Hey, what's going on?
How you doing? It's been so long since I've had somebody like actively mezzing that it freaks me out when I see it actually happening.
I think I just got the AoE mez too on Bard, but it's not that great.
Yeah. Are you like mezzing and charming also?
Yeah, I just charmed right there.
Nice. You went there? Yeah, it's the hot zone, dude. Otherwise, I normally wouldn't. It's just too good not to. Besides, I figured with the druid boost and stuff like that and the damage shield that it wouldn't be too bad. And it really hasn't been. I mean, we're still getting almost a % per kill, even with having someone in group that's like 10 levels higher. And now we're just killing stuff 3 times faster. They still hit like trucks? They do. These guys are hitting me like 4,500. Which is saying something, because House of Thule guys from the next expansion were hitting me half as hard. So, Ion, you said you got like a group of guys to like 90s on FE?
Yeah, I looked up. It's Red Guides. They have the version of MQ,
Yeah.
and the biggest suggestion for the day was SK, Shaman Bard, Beast, and 2 Zerkers.
Interesting.
So I had that crew.
Yeah.
What I liked about that program is you can usually boxing programs you have to main the tank.
Yeah.
You have to drive with the tank. You don't have to.
Really? So you can just play whichever one you want?
Yeah, I was just driving with the Bard and everybody else handled themselves.
See, I think that's probably how I would do it, just with Rogue in that case.
It was just basically mercenaries, but illegal mercenaries.
Some wink, wink, nudge, nudge mercenaries, yeah.
Yeah, you can tell your group to just set up at a camp spot and then you pull to them and they'll handle themselves.
Man, if only. Okay, so Ion, I want to know your spell layout melody, because I'm on. Like, for what level? Because he's in his 90s. What level is your bard elemental?
Oh, it gets crazier the higher you get. I'm not even sure about live,
Yeah.
like the latest expansions, because and that you actually use dots.
Yeah. Bards have a lot more going on after level 100. Last time I played EverQuest was progressing in Plane of Time on Sol and Zek. None of this looks familiar. Yeah, this is a different experience from Plane of Time. This is like 7 expansions later. And this is only halfway through EverQuest life cycle. The only good bard I've played with, like, I never felt the need to mez mine with you, because Elemental, we haven't done necessary content to require it. Beforehand, we've always been able just to obliterate anything. Even with my Druid damage shield that hits for 200,000, these guys still take 3 hits. But that thing, that hurts, you know? I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't say anything. What zones are you talking about, Shadow? I found this expansion to be a big FU to the top rating guilds who were complaining it was too easy. Well, I mean, that's exactly what they did with Gates of Discord. That's exactly what they did with Underfoot and Claws of Ishan as well. Claws of Ishan being overtuned to the point of where everything hits 3 times harder than the last expansion. You could tell they didn't have a good formula for expansions when there was no level cap increase. They just kind of did what they thought was going to be, like, what they thought was going to work. And instead we got enemies who basically hit way harder than they needed to. If you haven't noticed, there's not much of a balancing team when it comes to EverQuest. Especially these days.
What even happened to Rangers? Like,
Oh
they
my
had
god.
balance.
They nerfed headshot.
Because
And
they
they
don't even do archery now?
nope. Nope.
What? That was their niche.
Yep. Rangers, they are now meleeers. Speaking of balancing, did you take down Lich yet? No.
Because that's what made them special. They were the only melee that could hit from very long range. You could avoid all the AoEs that raid bosses had.
And not just that, but actually be good DPS too.
Yeah, and then you didn't have to worry about what is it? The casters they had to get right up on the mob to land. Belly casters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I responded 9s, by the way. Yeah, they nerfed headshot like ridiculously. And I think if they redid it I think they're trying to counterbalance it now with the new expansion weapons from Lorien's Song, because Bow's got a massive DPS increase at 125, just like the meleeers did. So it might be a little bit better now, because bow ratios went from like 26, 27 to, I want to say, 35 ratio now. So they might be decent again.
I did try though. They later on get like this AA that procs a massive nuke.
Mm-hmm.
But the aggro you generate, oh my gosh.
That seems typical for Rangers. Which is even funnier because they are definitely not a class that should be tanking in high end. Why nerf rogues? They're like the Corana's worthless. Elemental, you're good, right on the edge, buddy. You're trailing the fine line.
I mean, I think Berserkers kind of stepped into rogue territory. Like the niche was already there.
Oh yeah, Berserkers are insane right now too. Shadow, I don't know if any of us have recommended a zone to you called Alakazam, but that's going to be like your best option as a new player, trying to figure out what level range and stuff to go. Because Alakazam has literally everything. It's one of the only EverQuest websites that still max. You can rotate between the AA and the spell clicky. Uh-oh.
Did the Merc get owned?
Oh shit, I think she did. Yeah, she cast like one heal. That's a rip. Yeah, I'll revive her in a couple minutes. I'll heal with my druid in the meantime. Let's see. you look up Nagathon, it says raid mob. It's a level 40 raid mob from the earliest days, being Sliver duoed it at level 5. Well, that's because we were using the persona stuff to our advantage. Definitely wouldn't be average. We definitely abused the persona system. Yeah, it was Elemental. That was whenever it was these same characters, actually. I was on my Beast Lord and Ominous was on his Necro. Yeah. Yeah, these same characters. I know it's been a while, but yeah, we were using the some of the glitches to our advantage, like this Jan's Veal and stuff like that, using level 100 items at level 1. Goal should be to get to gain 5 levels for better gear. Yeah, at 65, you get access to a whole new slew of gear and also abilities. You can use Jans on personas. Yeah, 9s. You can use the Jan's Veal on level 1 characters, and it gives you all the bonuses and stuff. Like my Beast Lord was double attacking and stuff at level 1. Yeah, dude, it's ridiculous. My Necromancer, his like level 1 life tap that hits for 4 damage was hitting for 200. Are they going to fix it? Probably not. Do I want them to fix it? Definitely not.
Didn't they do that with the Worm Slayer?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, but if you see people selling spots for the Jansville achievement for 2 Chrono and stuff right now, it's because a lot of people know that it's broken and you can use it on personas. It just makes it so much easier to level. Although I think most people are just making heroic characters to bypass leveling or persona, which kind of ruins the point of the game, in my opinion. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That was pretty quick. Let me see here. You're good. You're good. I think this guy's not in combat. Oh, that is well deserved, by the way, that teabag. Is it ever
Oh,
gonna
I
let
have
me?
rallying call when you ever get in. I forgot about that AA.
Gotcha. Once it lets me resting mode, I can revive. There we go. Oh damn, dude, that's a few. Let me get my pet and stuff back up here. I have a question about personas. If I'm playing one class and a quest item I need for one of my personas dropped, can I transfer it to my... If it's in your inventory, then you don't need to transfer anything. You share inventories. Let me just rebuff here real quick. Yeah, if it'll still be in your same bags and everything, so you won't have to transfer anything. It'll all be there. I tried to start on Gilgamesh, but it's locked. You're starting at the most popular time of night, man. That's why. You have to start like at 2 o'clock in the morning to make a new character. That's the problem with Gilgamesh. As far as Final Fantasy XIV servers are concerned, it's considered a high population role-playing server. There, just rebuffing real quick. See here. Also, Nines, I appreciate all the pull in here.
I'm dropping all my DPS boosts.
Nice. I didn't mean to. I was just looking around. It's all good. We're not complaining. It's just incredibly efficient. I don't think I'll ever complain about free EXP, especially at this level range. Uh-oh. Probably gonna need to... After this, I'm gonna revive my mercenary.
Circle power 3.
Nice. Oh, hell yeah, dude. Thanks for all the free EXP. Uh-oh. Couple more. Also, Ominous, I totally saw those tea bags, by the way. I saw the tea bags. Oh shit, 86? Nice. Let me revive this mercenary now. Dance token. What game are we talking about? Maybe it was something for the Frostfell event, Shadow. Maybe you got something that was just like a special one cast time thing. That's the only thing I could think of. Because like during times like this, there might be like random one-off casts like fireworks and stuff like that. You said dance token, and I'm over here sitting like thinking Dance Dance Revolution or something like. Yeah, probably had something to do with somebody casted something on you, gave you like a one-time item, Dance in the Macabre. Oh yeah, here, summon Dancing Lady. Is this it? But that's not a one cast though. Maybe it's an illusion turns you into a prom date. Damn, Pixel, is that what you use whenever we're gaming? All the drop-in that you do whenever we're doing endgame content? Is the effect like panty dropper or something? Check Chanter. In LS, I drop faster than panties on prom night. Especially if they hit you from the back, man. That's where it really gets bad. Whenever you're tanking like a group encounter enemy and he's hitting you from behind. Oh shit, here. They sell things in the store. You can click them, it puts things on other people's cursors. Oh yeah. Just as annoying as mod rods.
I can do it right now.
Oh god. Oh yeah, look at that water. What is that, the Vexthal clicky? Oh god, not the food too.
I think I got one more thing. Hold on.
It's like, why did my stats drop so suddenly? Oh yeah, that's the food. Who's Nimrok? That is nines. Oh dude, see, I'm okay with that. That's a cool illusion.
That's what you do. You run through the bazaar and do that to everybody.
I'm okay with that. That's a cool illusion. Shadow, I mean, the best way I can think to answer your question as far as like investing in something is simply just going to a zone that's level appropriate and leveling. Why is my enchanter's pet randomly attacking? Let me pull his dork back here.
Do you finally get control of them later on?
Yeah. Yeah, you have like an actual pet thing that you can like attack and everything like that. Dude, enchanter pets at 120 are ridiculous. They're actually really good. They're not quite like an enhanced minion pet level, but they're pretty good. How is that your charm pet? Nice. Ah, it was only temporary. I was fine with being a mummy the rest of the night.
Let me see.
First mummy wrappings.
You can buy those during Halloween.
Ah, man, I gotta get that. That's another illusion I need to get. Gotta add it to the pile. They're going to be listed under containers, Shadow, but it's also going to include armor and stuff like that as well. Because in the higher levels, armor is considered a container because you craft it yourself. Really, can a 60 only take level 65 buffs? Yes.
Maybe like that item.
Yeah, like that. That's considered a container for the most part, yeah. At 65, you can take up to level 100 buffs, and then every 5 levels thereafter, you can get an extra 10 levels of buffs. So like 70 can get up to 110, and then 75 can get up to 120, and then like 78 can get up to 125 buffs. Yeah, those mummy wrappings, that's something I'm gonna have to end up getting, especially if it's like a permanent like thing you can click multiple times.
I think it lasts longer though if you have the AA for extended duration.
Yeah, for like rogues and bards and enchanters. That'd be nice. Working on polishing cloths and 3 belt buckles for 3 full sets of Orion Song tier 3 stuff. Shadow, I feel bad for you, man, because I can't imagine what it would be like coming into EverQuest as a new player. I feel like that would be me booting up Ragnarok Online or old school RuneScape, old school RuneScape. That'd be like me booting that up for the first time because I've never played it before. And there's just over 20 years worth of knowledge and experience out there. Yeah. From my perspective, as somebody who's been playing EverQuest off and on for 20 years, I'm like, what do you mean that this isn't common knowledge? Of an extra neck piece V if you want it on your rogue. Which neck piece are we talking here? Create a brand new account and go get back with me with your results. Listen, if I ever had to start EverQuest over again these days, I just wouldn't.
What about the TLPs though?
Now, for Oakwind or something like that, or a new TLP, I think it'd be a different story. But coming into like a live server like FV, man, that would just be mind-boggling. If it weren't for the fact that there's so many people who are willing to help people, especially on servers like FV, it would be too much. There'd be no way.
Oh, I mean, like I get you. I've been playing since near the start. I don't even know what the heck Daichos are.
Wait,
Supposedly
what?
they're important. Daiko or Eicho.
Eicho. I don't know why that's not like ringing a bell for me either. Let's see here. They're coming around TBM. I'm glad somebody in chat knows, because I don't. I'm like, who? What? Learning something new about EverQuest, and I've been playing it for 20 years. Talking about prog spells? I think so, Nines. Oh, so like the composite weapons and stuff like that from Claws of Ishan? Yeah, like the expansion specific abilities and progression spells? Because if that's the case, then yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah. Yep, okay. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay. Yeah, there's like the expansion specific spells and abilities that you only get through doing the progression of the expansion. Yeah, yeah. Oh man, it's like trying to explain a power source to people these days, especially when they've only played from like Planes of Power. Like I only just learned what a charm was. Oh, wait, Shadow, are you talking about like trying to replace a weapon already? Because I'm pretty sure Ominous gave you a weapon you're going to be good with until 65. Ominous, didn't you hook him up with like a Mace of the Ancients or something? You gave him a Blade of Carnage? Okay, yeah. Yeah, that's still going to be good. About to get him to 65, so he's going to be good. Nice. Got a power level incoming for you. That's funny. I can't imagine being level 60 and having a Blade of Carnage and being like, damn, let me find what's better. That's just from my old school player perspective, I guess. There's definitely better out there for Shadow Knights and SKs. I remember paying like 200 bucks on what was it, player auctions back in the day for some of those Luckland items on my like level 60 rogue. It was badass back in the day. It was like 200k, I think, in my time. Yeah. Well, it's funny because even on FV, up until they introduced Agents of Change, those weapons were still really expensive. That, and if you had like a Jalen's katana from Bulak Air, because people camped those guys religiously, and you could never find them up. So people could specifically keep the price up because they were rare. But now anybody and their mom can get an Agents of Change instance.
There is an issue though with the Death Touchers.
True. True. I mean, if we're talking like Plane of Fear and stuff like that, for sure.
You just have to be like level 100s plus to not get insta-gibbed.
Yeah. Although I think that is part of the fun learning, though. Like, oh man, it's level 60. Pff, I'll be fine. Just saw a weapon in game and chat. Million platinum, 1300 damage. Yeah, that's the revered stuff. It's the new tier 2 group stuff. Hey, have a good night, Pixel.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. We're good, we're good, we're good. If it says prestige on it, you can't equip it. Yeah, Pixel, hope you feel better soon, man. Where's the other one at? I learned that a level 25 can take one hit from Quarm. Wasn't that whenever we got you your Ton pose? Your Ton pose clicky when it dropped from Ralosec and you ran and you wanted to tank Quarm? Yeah. I'm glad I got that on recording. So the question, if I was premium, I don't see a level requirement on it. It should be. It should be under like the tribute and weight and size and everything.
I wish they would update the prestige items.
Number one, they need to make augments no longer prestige because that's kind of crap. But they definitely need to update the prestige items too. Like nothing below 115 should be prestige, in my opinion.
Like, I'll give you an example. That's from this expansion.
Mhm.
It's a 10-year-old item that's still prestige.
Yep. Collector's item. Drive-by ranger buffs, dude. Thank you.
I understand if they make like the last 2-3 expansions, absolutely. You know, definitely have a.
I agree with that. Like the last 3 expansions, same thing kind of WoW does with raids and stuff like that.
I mean, you should be subbed for that, absolutely.
Yeah.
But it really makes it hard to gear, frankly, because everything beyond T1 is always prestige.
Yep. And like I don't know if you've seen it, but like the tier, like even like the tier 1 group gear of Lorien's Song, it's basically crap. If you go and do it like with that tier 1 gear, you can do the tier 1 content, but the tier 2 stuff is gonna kill you in a single hit.
That's honestly the biggest reason why I quit doing the 6-box group.
Mm-hmm.
Was because it's like, man, gearing is so ridiculous if you don't trade skill.
Yep.
And you don't have every single one of them subbed.
Yep. And then you're basically just paying bajillions of chrono to keep your characters appropriately geared every 5 levels.
Your tank is so important.
Mm-hmm. It's not such a big deal if you're DPSers. As long as they have good weapons, they'll still be pretty decent, at least up until like 110.
But honestly, I think that stuff just makes the game harder to get into.
Yeah.
So I think I was talking about the other day, the EQ2 as a solution.
What was the EQ2 solution again? I remember you mentioning something about that.
So the beginner zone of the expansion, basically say like Lorien's Inn or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
they'll have a box on the ground that has a set of
Oh, that's
starter
right.
gear.
Yep.
Completely free.
Yep.
So you could heroic boost to max level. Just put the starter gear on and immediately start playing the content. Whereas that's not the same with this game.
Nope. There is no little to no forgiveness when it comes to that for sure. But in EverQuest 2, I'm pretty sure you can go out and solo mobs your level. I can't say for sure because my experience with EverQuest 2 started and stopped in 2004.
It depends. It'll tell you how difficult the mob is.
Yeah, aren't they like normal, heroic, and they have like what, like the number above them or something?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
The way I look at that game, WoW and EQ2 are very, very similar. It's just the difference is EQ2 focused more on groups for leveling, whereas WoW focused more on solo questing leveling.
Yep.
You can solo in both. It's just one's meant for more grouping and the other. And obviously, guess who won?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it also came down to the fact that WoW had like a decade and a half of backlore and story, and also that it was much easier to play WoW because of computers. Like the difference between EverQuest 2 and WoW for like computers back in the day was massive.
Yeah, they EQ2 is so well, they made a wrong bet. They thought that computer technology is going to advance on single cores, whereas everyone went quad core, octa core, all those.
Yep.
So EQ2 couldn't run well on how technology advanced.
Weasel,
They
you
kind of
said you
fixed
had a
it though.
bard question? You said they kind of fixed it? How so?
So the same exact patches they were doing for EQ1, like they're adding DirectX 11 and then 64-bit client processors. They
Yeah.
added that the same time to EQ2, so it runs a lot better.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't know they actually followed through with any of the updates for EverQuest 2 like that. Started a bard only about level 30 so far. I found some Defiant plate gear and absolutely no Greaves. I have no wind focus. Yeah, Defiant gear I think is the first set of stuff that they added that had the actual, like, the wind bonuses and brass bonuses and what is it? All the other ones. Otherwise, I think you basically just have to use an instrument. Just firing EverQuest 2 right now.
I mean, wind's not really that important. You just need percussion and string.
There you go. Straight from the bard's mouth right there.
Wind is just like your charm and mez songs, but it doesn't even really affect it.
You just want to
It's
level
not
up for
like
the Invis song? Oh.
it's not like you mez harder because you have a wind instrument on.
Yeah. See, this has me kind of interested in actually giving EverQuest 2 a try. If I could do it with people, I think it would be a lot more fun. But EverQuest 2, I think I have the same problem that everyone has trying EverQuest 1, is they boot it up and it's just them with no experience and no people to talk with about it. That's whenever I reinstalled EverQuest 2. I think it was last summer. And I logged in and I was like, oh, I have no idea what I'm doing. And
I
I
could take you
tested.
through it because I
Oh,
played on the. They put out TLP, but it's every 2 to 3 years, unlike EQ1.
mhm.
And I played from the launch up till Kunark was about 4 expansions in. It was a blast when there's other people online.
That'd be really cool, actually. I'd be down to give it a try. Actually, do some content with it.
Because all the classes are so much, well, except for Bard and Enchanter, all the classes are so much better.
I did like how there were actually usefulness for the different classes and stuff, like you talked about.
Yeah, so like in EQ1, you only want a warrior on raids because defensive is just that overpowered. Not the case. Warriors have the niche in EQ2 that they can absorb like 2-3 hits without taking damage. Paladins are the one that have the actual highest hit point and AC values. Shadow Knights are the best AE tanks in that regard. And then monks have the niche. They're actually a tank in that game. They have the
Really?
niche that they're the highest avoidance. They're the least likely to get hit. But when they do get hit, they get smacked. So there's like a reason to have them all.
Yeah.
Mainly monks are the off tank.
Oh, shit.
And then I was telling you about rogues the other day too.
Yeah. Yeah. I did like the idea for EverQuest 2. Number one, the graphics being a little bit better and a little bit more unique. And like for dungeon crawls and stuff like that, like you said, actually going through the dungeon and not just getting to a spot and sitting.
Yeah, there's no such thing as sitting down to med. One of the cool things about the EQ2 progression server, they don't have TrueBox. So
Really?
I used IS Boxer to 4-box the whole time. It's not really abused the same way. You can't abuse it the same way.
Yeah. I don't know why I never even really thought about boxing EverQuest 2.
You can get by pretty well with just IS Boxer with the key repeater, but I would not dare do that in EQ1. Like once you get past 70, you really do need macro quest because there's just so many clicky abilities, so many AAs. It's impossible to juggle.
Yeah. It's like if you make a level 100 heroic character these days, it literally says like, "Oh, do you wish to set up like a hot bar system that we recommend?" And they basically drop 4 hot bars full of abilities on, which still isn't everything.
But I mean, I don't really know why the devs don't just monetize it. Macro quest is just basically mercenaries advanced.
I said that for a while that I thought that they should have actually, instead of having calling it a third-party program, they just need to basically like buy the program from the people who run MacroQuest 2 and just make it a first-party program that you can use and run.
Yeah, I mean, because it's basically you can only run one mercenary per character.
Mm-hmm.
You should be allowed to run more.
That would fix part of the problem, especially if they made mercenaries better.
It's a lot easier just to use mercenaries. You don't have to worry about that stupid prestige gearing system and all that crap.
Yeah, because mercs just have like 4 items that you can click on. If they made mercenaries better, and then let you run like 2 mercenaries per character, that way you only 2-box or something, that would make it substantially easier. And also give us like, like an enchanter mercenary or a bard mercenary, or like some support class mercenaries.
Yeah, because by the time you run your own boxes, it's like you don't really want to drop them from the group. It takes so much effort to do them. Whereas if it's just a merc bot, oh heck yeah, I'll drop it for a group member, a real person, anytime.
Yep. Is this real people grouping up we're talking of? Yeah, Day, I agree. Some sort of varied type of mercenary. Like the only melee mercenary shouldn't be rogue, the only tank mercenary shouldn't be warrior.
That was a lot.
Just see 3.
That's the beauty of Fade. I love that ability.
Yeah, buddy.
But let me see if I could throw some other interesting stuff out. Monks in EQ2, like level 50 something or 60 something, they actually get group feign death.
Oh, that's really interesting. That'd be a really interesting gameplay mechanic, actually.
15-minute cooldown, but yeah, group feign death.
That was part of my issue with EverQuest for the longest time, as opposed to most other MMOs, is the cooldown of a lot of abilities being so long, and it seems like EverQuest 2, whenever I was playing, that wasn't necessarily the case. Seems like there's a lot faster cooldowns.
So my main tank was a paladin. Lay on hands is 5 minutes. Same with harm touch.
Oh, not 45 minutes or an hour?
No, it's worth using a lot.
That's the kind of gameplay that I really like, because rather than having to think of like, oh, using this like Dungeons and Dragons, like instead of thinking of like, oh, I have a one-time usage before a a long cool off period. Basically, you get to use it, every few minutes. That really changes up the gameplay.
You have to be really stingy with the abilities.
Yeah. Ominous, how's the EXP for you, man? Looks like you're 86 as well. I'm already like halfway to 87. Almost 86. Nice.
There isn't as much of a reliance on like important clickies in the second game.
Yeah.
Like that for enchanters, bards.
Oh, yeah.
Or like I have the Tash stick or something. I have an Orb of Tash that I got from Old Man Mackenzie's. Like EQ1 has a lot of niche items you really want to have.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't really exist so much in EQ2.
Which I'm fine with. I'm 100% fine with that.
It's nice because you don't really have to farm anything. You don't have to worry. Oh no, I don't have this item. I'm subpar.
Yeah. Another one of those items that, like, it's not super important for people unless they're like hardcore raiding these days. There, through the Old Man Mackenzie quest, there's that res clicky stick that has the 1 second cast time for resurrection for 90% that they can cast every 2 minutes or some shit like that, and they can cast it while they're in combat. Like it's super sought after because the fact that you can use it while you're in combat, and it's a 90% res and a 1 second cast timer. Shield of the Immaculate, stuff like that too. Yeah.
But so what it does, that game, instead of
Doesn't the epic turn into a spell? Uh,
later on, yeah.
for priest at least. Oh, okay, yeah, it does. Ominous, do you by chance know what our next step up for enhanced minion is going to be at level 90? Is it like what? Enhanced minion 10 at that point? Let's see here. East Lord. Leave Ominous alone, who's going for spells.
So this is where it gets kind of dark. There's a macro in MQ2. It's called POK Scribe. It'll automatically run you to all the spell vendors, mem them all, and check if you have any missing.
See, Pixel, one of my mods, was talking to me about that. He was one of the guys that like really wanted to check it out recently, and he was telling me about that because every single time that I would whenever I was streaming a few months back, I would basically start up a new character, and immediately the first thing I would start complaining about was the fact that I had to go and buy all the spells and purchase like click purchase, click purchase, click purchase, mem, and it would just take forever. And I always complained that I wish I could just click one single button and it would give me everything available.
There's that, and then there's, I think it's called Max Skills. It'll skill up all your stuff.
Oh, that's nice.
Like, you know how you fizzle a lot if you don't have a high enough skill? It'll automatically run that for you.
Yep. It will auto move you to almost any zone you want to go to. Yeah, I know that
Yeah.
one. There's like because the adventurer perk, like because you get faster run speed.
That's honestly one of the nicest ones. It's the go-to command. It'll automatically run you to zones.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you're boxing without it, it's a nightmare. Your boxes get stuck on trees and auto follow fails and all that. Whereas it uses mesh maps, it'll automatically adjust.
Nines. Not that I know of. I just heard of it. Yeah. Yeah. None of us know anything about macro quest here. We're just speculating. This is just speculation here.
I mean, this isn't even really the controversial stuff. This is just quality of life features, frankly. It's the controlling characters that's really controversial.
Well, even if we're going to talk quality of life stuff, number one, a good follow command would be nice.
Improved auto follow, yeah, that's one.
Yeah, having an auto follow that doesn't just like work like fucking garbage. Interesting topic I've come into. Oh, here. I guess it would help if I attack the right thing. Whichever quest had macro quest follow. Yeah, that's exactly where I was going with it. Like a follow that sticks regardless of the like the CPU requirements I've got in the background if I'm like six boxing.
So the follow command works better in EQ2. That's why IS Boxer is good enough.
Mm-hmm. The only thing EverQuest needs is the MacroQuest map. Oh, like the mischief maps. You want to be able to see where everything is.
Oh, show EQ.
Yeah. It's funny because like I'll join like a TLP group and people are very clearly using it, and I'm sitting there clueless because I again don't have it, and they're like, "Oh, this mob is up over here. You can go pull that," and I'm like, "How do you know? What
I
are you
don't
using?"
really like it, but it's kind of like if you don't use it, everyone else is, and you're just missing out. You're losing. It's gotten to that point.
Did you watch Zayd's like podcast or listen to his video complaining about like Daybreak and Dark Paw recently?
Oh, that was really good. That was really good.
There was a lot of stuff that he said that I agreed with that I hadn't really thought of because he says it just right. Like if you're basically everyone uses it because they feel disadvantaged if they aren't.
You shouldn't have to cheat because everyone else is cheating.
Mm-hmm. Yes, but can EverQuest macros get me a girlfriend because I'm lonely? I think there's chat bots for that. That's the best thing I can recommend. That same stupid comment Zayd made about MacroQuest, yeah. It's literally like you feel disadvantaged if you aren't using it. Yes, totally can go for it, yeah. I mean, I guess you can control your character with MacroQuest to be your girlfriend, and it literally just follows you around. Like overly attached girlfriend, if that's what you're looking for. You don't ever have to do anything everyone else is doing.
So I know a little bit about this stuff. Remember the story I told you about the SX toys?
Yeah.
So the guy who does that, he actually has a doll.
God. I
But
see where this is going.
It doesn't interact with you, of course. So he actually has he's called his waifu AI. And ever since the AI tech boom recently, the programming has gotten a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually been rooting for the AI mania right now in the stock market. It's like, don't invest in it. It's a bubble, but it's making my waifu a lot better. I'm happy about it.
Yeah. Waifu save my lifeu. You make this seem weird. I have a doll. Well, it's not waifu. Elemental, I have questions. I have several questions for you. First of all,
You're not talking about like one of those cheapo dolls. Like we're talking about like $1,000, $2,000 doll that has flying.
go on. I have it rated as a mature stream
Okay.
anyways.
Well, one, it can't get pregnant.
Yeah.
It only costs the upfront cost. You don't have to take it out on dates or feed it or anything. You do have the maintenance, because I guess you have to use mineral oil or something.
Yeah.
Or
yeah. I can imagine.
Just so the skin doesn't deteriorate the silicone.
Oh, elemental. Okay, yeah. 1, they don't complain. 2, they don't cheat. And 3, no STDs. 4, okay, yeah.
It doesn't age. It's always hot.
Yep. No toilet brushes. Call me crazy. I want to start a family. Well, I recommend maybe not a robot.
Because to put it in perspective, I lived about 5 minutes from brothels. I lived in Nevada, and one of the counties where prostitution's legal.
Oh yeah.
500 an hour, and that's before the inflation.
Oof.
So it costs like $1,000, $2,000 for a doll. That guy is sponsored by a doll company.
Mm-hmm. Maybe he wants a robot family. I have one. It's overrated. Power walk. They won't complain about your size. Again, elemental, I cannot relate to still be intimate with somebody like once they're dead.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's very weird. It's like a comedy version of it, but that's exactly what the TV show is. It's like, oh, you're dying? Okay, so they literally upload your consciousness in and you pay for it like a forever retirement plan. Haven't we invented VR cyber sex yet? Yes, as somebody who has a VR headset, yes. It's called VR chat.
Well, there's an episode of Black Mirror about that.
Yeah.
It was like a Mortal Kombat game that these two dudes are playing with each other, but one of them picked a female.
I see where this is going.
It had the guy that played who was in the Avengers movie? He became the new Captain America, or Mackie, I forget.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about.
He was an actor in that Black Mirror episode.
Oh, that's cool. You have a VR. Hey, hit me up. Oh my god, yeah.
But Asmongold was talking about AI and how it might affect MMOs in the future, because theoretically you could have AIs tailor quests and chat to each player individually. So imagine you have like a VR MMO and AI is generating the NPC responses.
I think that would be badass. That's like new age MMO level stuff. That would be awesome. Imagine having like a unique quest line that nobody else ever gets the exact copy of.
Mm-hmm. It's completely tailored to you because AI.
That would be fantastic.
I mean, that would be the next iteration of MMOs. I think that would be the WoW killer, actually.
Yeah, because, well, number one, if it's like AI generated, if everything is voiced, like everything is voiced over, even like the random quests that you get that are tailored specifically to your character, that would be phenomenal. I can see it being WoW killer, but I also seeing it being the world killer.
It'd be too good.
They would probably start it on something like Fortnite first. But such a small population of people game anyways that I don't think it would be that big of a deal. Elemental. It would be the next game that I'd be willing to spend, $15 a month playing.
So Asmon was complaining, it's like, where's the next game that I'm willing to waste my life on? There just isn't that yet.
Exactly. That's a super real thing. Just furthers my belief that we're in a simulation. We're playing that game. Really wish my guy would buy some fucking upgrades though. Why did I choose to not be rich in this version? This version of The Sims sucks. Let me re-roll with those Beyonce stats. There's tons of AI vids out there that get passed as shorts and people don't know. I don't know. I mean, I look at TikTok. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh, there's those AI influencers.
Mm-hmm. I think that was like, yeah, that was something that didn't they? Weren't they real people that basically they were paid to use their likeness to actually like do shorts and stuff, basically?
I mean, they pretended to be AI. They're real people, but if you like donated, they would do like the same
Oh
response
yeah,
over and over again.
yep, yeah. I saw it. Super cringy because like one was like, it would look like a whole bunch of borderline underage girls, so it was super cringy.
Yes, but they make more money than you and I could ever hope.
Oh, I can imagine. I'm okay with that. There are certain things I'll draw the line in the sand for. That's okay.
I'm willing to be poor, but at least I have my dignity.
That's exactly what I'm saying. How did we get to this topic, Day? What are you talking about? Three midgets in a trench coat. What are we talking about here?
What?
I'm wondering what step in the conversation you decided that that's what we're talking about. But yeah, I saw that was like a big trend a couple months back. The whole like people pretending to be AIs because like every time someone would donate, they would stop and do like Sims responses. Oh man, thought they were
An
kobolds.
odd
They
looking
looked
beetle.
Elemental. You don't even know what I look like, sir.
I'm
And
gonna
I'm
throw
not.
a tash on this.
Yeah. Wait, Cyberpunk Future will be here sooner than we realize. As somebody who hasn't played Cyberpunk, I can't confirm or deny that. So, or do I? Let me ask AI. Yeah. If there's something I'm fearing, it's AI going forward. I'm definitely not afraid of it. Shit. I've lived through too many world devastating tragedies at this point to care about another one. Terminator can go ahead and take me.
Oh, I mean, how many of millennials live through?
Yeah, exactly. I
I
mean,
don't think we care anymore.
yeah. That's why, like, whenever they announced Aliens, we were just sitting here eating ice cream, like, okay. And I have car payment due tomorrow, so, like, what's gonna happen? I don't care on that aspect. If I die, I die FML. Oh my god. Elemental, do you need a hug, buddy? and a humanitarian aspect.
I'm cool with whatever. I got the big rib.
I'm just looking forward to like some AI generated content now as far as like EverQuest is concerned. I want like an AI generated MMO now that we were talking about it. Like the possibilities are endless for games like EverQuest.
Yeah, it just needs some time
Hmm.
because the Amazon voice lady or whatever is just not that good yet.
Oh, Alexa, yeah.
Text to speech, I mean.
Oh yeah. Do I need a hug? I worked at Circle K in the biggest city for 3 years. Graveyards. I was lucky to get it robbed once a night. So you're saying yes, you need a hug. As somebody who worked graveyard shift at an on queue here for like a year and a half, I'm ready for our robot overlords. So anyway, I started blasting. Nightbot didn't like that comment elemental.
If I was working a scenario like that where it's constantly getting robbed, I would just have a job application here.
Yeah.
Steal this job application while you're at it. Would you be willing to do the night shift?
That's pretty good. Here, while you're stealing from me, here's a job application too. I just imagine getting shot right then and there. That would be so chill. Yeah.
I saw this one robbery where everyone just ignored him
Yeah.
and they just walked out.
Yeah. They're like, oh, okay. Back to like us talking about millennial stuff earlier. Like, oh, okay. Well, while you're at it, I'm just going to mind my business. Well, it was funny because On Q here in Oklahoma is like it's like a big gas station chain. So whenever people would try to steal from us, obviously I'm not gonna stop, drop, and try to stop them. Like, okay, they're just stealing a 32 pack of like Natty Light. Okay, go on. I'm not gonna stop you. Have fun.
They have insurance though usually.
Yeah, that's why they're just like, okay, don't even stop them. Just let them do their thing.
I know Walmart has theft insurance, but they're what the CSRs are trained not to confront you.
Yeah.
I heard they keep a tally. If you get up to 1,000, then they can go for felony theft.
Oh, that sounds about right. Well, these
Like if
days
you
that's
go,
just a couple packs of eggs. So.
yeah, like if you go through self checkout, they have the cameras,
Mhm.
so they're not going to confront you if you shoplift. But from what I heard, is if you go over the felony amount, then they'll come after you.
That sounds about right. Insurance covers the workers injured and not confronting. It also covers part, not all of the theft. Oh, but some of it.
But then again, I've never worked in retail, so I probably don't know what I'm talking about.
Oh, feel lucky.
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough that it's not the case anymore, but yeah. Isn't it all covered by insurance anyways? I don't think it's all. If all of it was covered under insurance, then the Walmart CEO wouldn't be talking about shutting down stores in cities.
Well, I mean, some are just inherently less profitable than others.
Yeah.
There's only so much theft they can tolerate.
Yeah. Wasn't it like in, I think it was like Detroit or something recently, that there was a Walmart that literally the entire store was raided by people? and they just shut down the store permanently. And like I think it was the mayor of the city was like so upset with Walmart that they did it. Like, why would you shut us down? We need it. And it's like, well then why would the entire city rob from us? Like rob us. Take Walmart, for example, they make millions per day. Loss is just a fact for them. Yeah. Sounds like San Francisco right now. Again, I feel pretty fortunate because I live in Oklahoma where a lot of that shit isn't really a problem. Like, inflation definitely hit us, but it's not as bad here as it is for other places.
How is it for you? Because so when I lived in Nevada, it just got horrible. You used to be able to live off a minimum wage job and having
Mhm.
an apartment in Vegas. It's impossible now. So I moved
Well,
to Missouri, where it was like second, third cheapest in the nation.
mhm.
That's gone now here too.
So, I mean, for the most part, I still don't really think here that you can really live off minimum wage. I mean, I guess you could if you have like the right amount of government assistance with it. But like my to give you some perspective, like my half of the rent that I pay, I think is like $650. So for me, it's much more livable than if I was somewhere else. But minimum wage, definitely, I don't think you could survive on. But I think almost every job here now offers like $15 an hour.
Is that a 3 bedroom?
Yeah, it's a three-bedroom house with two-car garage and a storm shelter.
Because I pay roughly 650 for a 1 bedroom, so not that bad.
Yeah, I mean that sounds about the same to be honest.
But that's only because I locked in before the hits. The
Oh,
Because now, like, the same place I'm at is now 900.
okay.
I just locked in before. They can only raise rent so much on you if
Yeah,
you've been living there for a while.
yeah. Because like I was in an apartment for 8 years before I moved into this house, and our rent started out I want to say at 900, and by the time we were moving out in this October, they wanted us to pay over $1,300 a month. Like it increased steadily at first, but over the last 2 years, because of the pandemic, it was like $100 hike every single time. From 2018 to today, rent of my old two-bedroom apartment and thin walls and electric heat went from 850 to 1,300. That's exactly what it was for me, Richter. My rent is 1015 for a one-bedroom apartment, and that's considered cheap where I live. Yeah, fuck that.
I mean, we're gonna see the return of like the multifamily homes.
Yeah, multi-generational homes. It's already like super common. A lot of my close friends live in Canada, and it's so bad there, like trying to buy a house because most of the houses start at over 1 million now. Where it's expected to have multi-generational homes. That's why the way that the houses are built these days are built with the expectation of having more than one family live there. Hey, what's up, geezer? 1K mortgage, three-bedroom, one bath, two zone here in Colorado.
I don't know. It's honestly what makes me frustrated with a lot of the older generations. It's every generation prior to millennials, the quality of life, the standards of living went up, but ours is the first to go down. And it's like they don't really. Well, I mean, everybody's kind of stuck in their own bubble. They're not really thinking outside of it, but they're not really seeing how things have deteriorated.
Yeah, it's all about perspective, because especially like the boomers and Gen Xers, most of them have been in their homes for, 10, 20 plus years. And they're like, the idea of paying more than $500 a month for mortgage for them is like, what? I even had that conversation with my parents recently. My parents' mortgage for their entire house is like $600. So when I was telling them how much I was paying for like my half of the mortgage, they were like, "That's insane. You need to find a cheaper place to live." And I'm like, "Are you kidding me? Do you want me to live in a box?" Your parents' mortgage is how old ago? 25 years ago.
But yeah, the wages have gone up a lot though as a result.
Yeah.
Nobody will work for less than 15 out here in Missouri, and the
Yeah.
minimum wage was like 8 to 10 when I first moved out before COVID.
Yep. Because the minimum wage here in Oklahoma is still 7.25, but like literally you can't bring people onto the job for less than 15.
No one will do it.
Yeah. What matters is what you can buy with it, though. True.
The problem, though, once wages go up, it's permanent.
No, yeah, it's not going to go down at all.
The inflation gets locked in.
Mhm. I'm almost afraid of getting old when I get to be old. Rent will be at like 5K a month or more. I'm just going along with the times, dude. That's why I'm keeping my fingers crossed for that VP position eventually. And if I get that, then I'll just deal with inflation as it comes. The glory is that I'll never have to worry about like having a kid or anything like that. I'll be old in 20 to 30 years. I'm only 42. I'm 34. I have a long way to go before I can retire.
So that's the term stagflation. It's
Stagflation, yeah.
it's like a depression, but it's the prices keep going up. They're inflated, but wages stay stagnant. They don't go up. So you effectively get poorer.
Mm-hmm. And then we also have shrinkflation going on because of items, where instead of the cost of items going up, the items are getting smaller and we're getting less of it and cheaper quality.
But there's a different way to look at it, though. I mean, this is like one of the only countries where you actually die of eating too much. That's a luxury in human history.
Okay, that's a fair point, yeah.
So it may suck for us relatively now. If you look historically, no, it's not that bad.
Yeah. What, do you guys live like right next to each other in Colorado, Shadow? I could have sworn there was a guy in chat the other day that said he was in Mustang, Oklahoma, which is literally like 15 minutes from me. Thought shrinkflation was an ED term. Oh my god, dang. Yes, wife, I know that we're having problems, but due to shrinkflation, I can only give you just the tip.
I always wanted to make a cleric called Res Viagra.
Getting people up since 1999.
Resurrection.
There should be federal and state laws to prevent inflation or at least curb it better. Oh, I'm not going to touch that at all.
I mean, I don't think there's anything you can do.
Give the government more power to regulate. Yeah, there it is. There it is.
I mean, I do know a historical example when we did crush it not that long ago.
Mm.
We had similar levels of inflation during the 1970s when we went off the dollar or the gold standard. Nixon took us off the gold standard, and we had inflation similar to what we have now. I think it was Reagan and his Federal Reserve guy. They did something really radical. It's called the Volcker shock. They raised the interest rates up to like 20.5%.
Oh my god!
Like that. So it made money so expensive to borrow that just nobody could. So it crushed inflation overnight. But it like, I could be totally wrong about this, but it was a lot of businesses require those loans to function. And if you don't have, if the money's too expensive, it's just like taking a car going 60 miles an hour and hitting a brick wall. It just wrecked the economy.
Dead stop. Yep.
The inflation went away, but the economy just crashed.
Inflation isn't a problem, but money is now.
So I mean, you can do that. The problem is when they raised the interest rates up to that in the 1980s, we weren't in so much national debt. They could afford the interest on that. But now we're like struggling with 5%. The national debt is so bad now. The interest costs a fifth of the tax revenue.
Jesus.
So literally a fifth of all the dollars you pay to the government, it goes to pay interest on the debt. If they went to 20, we'd go bankrupt.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
Sorry, I'm not trying to be dark.
No, it's all good. I mean, while I'm just sitting over here thinking, like, should I spend a little bit more money on EverQuest? Talking about Reaganomics.
Yeah, that was the Federal Reserve chair when Reagan was president, Paul Volcker.
Mm-hmm.
He did that solution. But that was before my time. I'd never.
I feel like inflation should be every 6 years, not every other year. We're all ready for this conversation after the holidays, sitting at table with dear old dad. Yep. You young liberals just don't understand it. You just don't want to work. Nobody has the work ethic like they used to, I tell you. What zone is this? This is the Foundation. It's part of the Underfoot expansion.
The problem, though, is good economics is generally bad politics, and bad economics is generally good politics. If you really wanted to fix the problem, you would be so unpopular, no one would ever elect you.
Yeah. Seems to be a general rule of thumb anyways, yeah. As much as I love games, it's not paying for the things that actually matter to survive. I guess that's also a perspective thing, because there's a lot of people out there that I really don't think that would be surviving if they didn't have these pastimes.
I mean, people watch TV before this. I think this is better than TV. At least you're doing something.
It's more engaging, that's for sure. I think that's another reason why like I was able to socialize as much as I did when I was younger, because I started playing EverQuest when I was like 12. So it taught me social skills at a really young age, and computer skills.
I mean, I'll attest to that.
Yeah. Like some of the social skills and shit that I learned were only because of EverQuest.
Because I was only 6 or 7 when the game came out. I learned literacy from this game, not school.
Yep.
This game made learning literacy fun.
Yep. Isn't Underfoot a harder expansion? Yeah, Geezer. Underfoot is a ridiculously overtuned expansion. It's honestly insane how overtuned this content is. If only video games could be my income. Relatable.
Kinda.
Yeah, relatable.
Depending on where you live.
Mm-hmm.
I know Renfail, before he used to do EQ stuff, but he lives in Mexico where the cost of living is cheaper, and I think he lives off his YouTube income on video games.
That's intense.
I know Nathan Napalm was doing that.
Oh, there's a name I haven't heard in a while.
But I don't think he was making ends meet, so he had to go back to work.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be honest, at my highest point, I made $500 a month off the YouTube income.
It sounds about right, though. I mean, if you're getting all the views and you're getting the actual, like, the ad revenue from it and everything like that, that makes sense.
But EQ is just such a small niche. You can't really get more than, like, 7,000 to 8,000 subscribers, in my opinion. That's kind of about the cap if you're on YouTube.
It's such a niche game, like you said. Yeah, that makes about sense, because eventually you're gonna reach the cap. It's not like unlimited like you would be if you're Minecraft or Fortnite. YouTuber, stuff like that, a reactionary YouTuber, you're going to reach your limit at some point.
So, I mean, because it has an advantage. Because the niche is so small and there's so little competition, it's very easy to start as an EverQuest YouTuber. It's very easy to grow, but then you quickly hit the cap. There's just no more room.
Yep.
It's not really worth the money.
Stay a U.S. citizen but live in Mexico and work in the U.S. like telecommuting. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm pretty sure they already do that.
A cousin of mine does that. He's an architect. He lives in Mexico. The cost of living is cheaper,
Yeah,
but he works in the U.S. He has to live in Mexico, actually, because California is that unaffordable. He
oh my
couldn't afford to
god.
live in the U.S. That's
Yeah,
why he lives in Mexico explicitly.
anytime I think of like cost of living being ridiculous, I think of not YouTube, but California. Because one of the YouTubers I watch, Philip DeFranco, talks about some of the stuff for cost of living, and like gallon of gas being like $6 or $7 in California.
Oh, it's just nuts.
Yeah,
But also, cost of living, they do earn more, relatively speaking.
true. But that would be an area where I would expect to have like a 3 or 4 generation household. God forbid you're not planning on having kids or you can't have kids, and you can't expect, to have kids grow up and then grandkids grow up to also help you. Also, while a lot of millennials aren't having kids, too damn expensive. Imagine paying that much for gas and being stuck in traffic for 2 hours.
Motorcycles are beautiful. You can lane split there.
There you go.
It's really hard to vacation there, though, if you live in the Midwest, because your money just doesn't reach.
Yeah. That is one of the things that's nice about being kind of a homebody, is even if I do like vacation somewhere, I want to go somewhere and chill out. I'm not there to see all the different sites and stuff like that, like a lot of people would. I'd rather just like go somewhere and chill out, see some friends or something, and then maybe go out to eat a couple of times and just spend my time at somebody's place of residence.
Here we go. Hot take. There's not really that much worth seeing in the country.
I mean, you're not. I really don't think you're wrong.
Because, I mean, Vegas is a pretty city, but beyond that, there's not a lot that's really that cool looking. Maybe New York.
I was gonna say the casinos.
But
I'm here
most
to see
cities
the
are actually
casino.
kind of ugly.
Oh God, yeah. I travel for the food. There we go, Richter. That's what I'm talking about. I'm all about going to visit places to try the food. My cat is so grouchy, she gets up in front of my monitor, blocking my view, and then hisses and threatens to bite when I pet her. Classic cat. Love me, but in my way. Yeah, Richter, I'm all about the eats and stuff like that, man. I'd love to travel someplace and try the foods.
We gotta be careful talking about food. Everybody will start getting hungry.
Yeah, buddy.
I tell you though, if California does do one thing right, it's their Mexican food. It's the best. It's the
Oh,
best.
like authentic Mexican food.
Just their take on it.
Hmm.
This might rub people wrong too. I'm just doing it all over.
Hey,
Tex-Mex, Cali-Mex is so much better than Tex-Mex. Not to say there isn't good Tex-Mex, but Cali.
I mean, I won't really disagree because like the Tex-Mex that we have here in Oklahoma, it's decent, but it's not like it's definitely not going to be any sort of authentic. So I mean, it's a dime a dozen. You could probably go to Taco Bell and get the same experience that you would at what a Tex-Mex restaurant would be here in Oklahoma.
Because when I think Tex-Mex, I think of just seasoned ground beef. That's your taco meat.
Yeah,
When I think Cali-Mex, I think carne asada al pastor, like the legit.
white people taco night. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Tucson, Arizona has legit Mexican. Plus, they invented the chimichanga. Ooh.
I mean, so then you also have New Mexico. They have it on their plates, the different chilies.
Hmm.
Enchiladas Christmas style, red and green.
If we're rubbing people the wrong way, I've never had a good slice of pizza outside of New England. Okay, so now
What?
there's some interesting takes. Like, we're talking pizza? Is that what we're talking right now?
Is Chicago deep dish that real pizza?
Is it a pizza or is it a lasagna?
I think it's more of a pie.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There, pizza, there's a hot topic for us.
Well, I heard the New York pizza, the reason why it's supposedly the best is the tap water. It's like the perfect tap water for the dough.
Interesting. Chicago deep dish is not pizza, IMO.
But I don't know how I feel about restaurants. They should be able to make food that's better than what you can make at home.
Yeah, always.
Like, I don't do burgers. It's so easy and so much cheaper just to make smash burgers at home than to go to any one of your fast food places. But pizza, you need a ripping hot oven. You can't
Yeah,
do that at home.
that's true. That's true. My roomie always says she cares about me, but doesn't want to know she cares about me in her mind. Because, yeah, that's a cat thing, dude. That's 100% how cats work. I agree. New England pizza equals best pizza. I've never had it, so I can't put my like a stamp of approval or denial on it. I've traveled like I guess I went to DC a couple years ago, but for the most part, like I've only gone east and west in Americas, not really northeast. But whenever I went to DC, I had like a really big pizza, but I wanted to say it was probably just like the most average pizza I've ever had.
Oh, I'll throw you for a loop. North Platte, Nebraska. They had a Minnesota pizza, a German style pizza.
Okay.
Instead of tomato sauce, they used spicy mustard. They had bratwurst slices on the top and all that, and then with that they had jalapeno beer.
Oh, dude, that sounds fucking phenomenal. That would be an experience worth trying. Also, Elemental, have a good night. Lived in DC metro area for a bit. I wouldn't eat pizza till I visited home. Yeah. That sounds really good, though. Like a mustard sauced style pizza and like a jalapeno.
It was really sour though.
Oh, okay.
The beer was very interesting, a spicy beer.
Yeah.
I'm not really a drinker myself, but it was worth it.
It sounds like an experience to give worth a try, though. It sounds like a hurt butthole. If they get old Taco Bell treatment of the toilet afterwards. spicy beer farts.
What is it? The Baja Butt Blast? This is Taco Bell?
Yeah.
I love the jokes where people call 911 in the Taco Bell bathroom.
Help me. Send help.
Didn't they have a subscription?
I think so, yeah.
You could subscribe to Taco Bell?
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure it was something like that with like the Walmart delivery subscription, basically. Basically just for Taco Bell.
It was like a taco a day or something. But I don't know. So they just opened the Buc-ee's, like I told you here, and it's just brilliant with how they do the food.
Yeah, it's where it's already packaged and set out, so you don't even think about it.
Because like, if you really had to think, do I want to put this 1,500 calories in my mouth? You're probably gonna say no. But if it's just like, oh, I just grab it and swipe it, you're not even gonna think.
You only think about it once you're like halfway done with it.
You only regret it afterwards.
Yeah, I've heard Buc-ee's is like incredible. It is. Buc-ee's is insane.
Oh, but
it's massive.
the amount of people. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I went in during a time that wasn't that busy, and the store was still like 50% full. Like you had to scream to talk over, and this was a less busy time of day.
Yep. Just think Buc-ee's have become kind of like little malls at this point. Like what malls were in the 90s for America. That's pretty much what they are now. But instead of just having parking spaces outside, there's also gas station. Yeah, super clean, really big, super massive. It's a cool experience. I mean, I'm not the type of guy to buy merchandise for a place, but like the food and stuff where you can go in and buy all like the 50 different kinds of beef jerky and stuff. At least that's what they had in Dallas when I went. It's nice.
They do a really good job on their sandwiches.
Hmm.
So there was drama. They hired a bunch of people to unload boxes, and the man just retasked them. Hey, we need you to make sandwiches for $3 more an hour. No, we won't do that. And like 10, 15 people walked out and quit on the spot. We want to make. They would rather unload boxes for $3 less an hour than make sandwiches. That's what they quit over.
That's not something I would really quit over. Because have you seen what they pay the workers at Buc-ee's?
Oh, it's starting like 20.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure the store manager at Buc-ee makes like it's like 150,000 a year. I think is what they made as the store manager.
Oh,
and
it's big.
Yeah, it's big money.
Because I recently took my kid to the pediatric, or the doctor's office. 15 an hour starting, and then they have Buc-ee's 20 starting.
Yep.
We had an Amazon factory open up here too, and all their employees got stolen. We can't talk bad about Amazon though on Twitch. Yeah. They own it.
Yep. Ages ago when I worked fast food, I told my manager, if you want me to do 2 people's jobs, I want 2 people's paychecks. That's a really quick way to get booted out the door in the average job these days. Not that I disagree at all, because as someone who's in a training manager position where I'm literally juggling 3 hats full time, I 100% agree with you. I hated fast food, did it a long ass time ago. Yeah, dude. When I worked at Wendy's, still loved the food there, but no thank you. I don't ever want to do a job like that again.
Oh, you see the dregs of society.
Yep. some really fun times, though. That's for sure. It
I
was
more worked
nice.
in like nursing homes and stuff.
Oh, dude, that stuff is miserable. My best friend had to go through, like, basically being a CNA in a nursing home to get his RN.
That's what
And,
I was a CNA 6 years.
yep. And just hearing the horror stories from that poor guy. No, thank you.
Oh, I got great stories, but I can't tell them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Once you learn how fast food is made, you don't want it as often, if ever, anymore. I wouldn't say that's the case for, like, Wendy's. But, like, if we're talking, like, McDonald's or Taco Bell, I think it would gross me out. I wouldn't want to know.
Oh, I got a Mez resistor.
Got him. Yeah, I get it, though. Like, uh, since I work in the medical field and stuff as well, there's a lot of stories I always want to talk about, but I have to be super, super careful.
It's the HIPAA laws,
Yep.
but they're the most entertaining stories ever.
Like stuff I wish I could describe to people. The things that people say and the things that people do in emergency rooms. I just wish I could. I don't know about Wendy's, but at Burger King, all their meat is frozen patties before they're cooked. Oh yeah, I'm sure. At Wendy's, no, they don't freeze that. That's like part of their whole slogan, like fresh, never frozen meat.
Do you ever feel shame using coupons? Like, not like on your part, but like they judge you?
Yes.
Because I wouldn't have gone in if it wasn't for those.
Yep. The year I was so busy today. Yeah, geezer, I can imagine. I think my friend was saying that like the day after Christmas and the day after the time zone change are typically like some of the busiest days in his hospital because he works in a heart hospital. We averaged 100 plus patients. Jesus. Love Chick-fil-A because I love chicken and especially chicken sandwiches. Yeah, I love me some hate chicken. I'm into it. We only have 43 treatment rooms. Oh, it's like COVID all over again. There are patients everywhere. Just imagine like in the hallway, all that stuff. One thing I will say about like my side of the job is I don't work with patients unless it's like the billing side of things. And the things that people say and do about their experiences at the hospital, like the entitlement of some people. At one point, we have 7 ambulances trying to unload. Jesus. I'm gonna hate hospitals, and I won't get a needle shot unless it's absolutely necessary. You are correct. Yep. Yep. The absolute entitlement of some people, man.
I mean, they were told they could have whatever they wanted in school.
Yep. My favorite thing is when I'm talking to patients about medical billing, and they're like, "Well, the doctor didn't know. They just didn't know their job. They suck at their job." And I'm like, "Oh, okay. Yeah, the doctor who went to school for 10 years doesn't know as good as you. That's right. I'm sorry." What do they charge so much? Because they're a doctor. Why is it so expensive? Because you went to the emergency room for a toothache. That's why it's expensive.
Do they have this with you? The main hospital here has a urgent care attached. So if it's too much, you can just go across.
There are some hospitals here that have like an urgent care attached, but most of the time, all the urgent cares are like separate entities here. I think it's mostly because of billing, because the confusion between billing for urgent care and billing for hospitals. This one company that transport patients back home after discharge now charges people. You want to see how many rides they magically find? Yep. Hey, Richter, have a good night, man. Thanks for stopping by.
I'm actually going to head out soon.
All right. I appreciate you stopping by, man.
Yeah, it's been. Well, I haven't gotten to goop on this guy forever.
Well, we grew. Like anytime me and Ominous Sliver here like are on, I can't speak for him, but for myself, if you ever see me on, man, just hit me up.
Sure. So was it? I kind of just had no energy to do the $6 crew. They there's this guy, I don't know, Sick or something.
Yeah, they're yeah, yeah. I
He
know
makes
exactly.
the class plugins. Those are beautiful,
Yep,
but they're $20 a pop. I'd have
yep,
to spend like $80 to renew. So
yep.
I'm just gonna play my bar that's free.
One of my real life friends is one of the guys who has been helping write scripts for Macro Quest as well, and he's been trying to get me to use them as well. The only thing I've been telling him is, of course, if I'm streaming, I'm not going to show that. Like,
Yeah,
not
he got
about.
banned
Yeah,
on test. He
yeah,
played specifically on test server, and they found him.
yeah, 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 for sure. Like, anytime you see me on, if you want to group up or something, even if I'm just doing random stupid shit leveling characters, I'm always down.
Oh, they're not named.
This dude is selling a full set of Steamwork chain for 13 chrono. No, absolutely not. I despise hospitals because they run a bunch of pointless tests and give you stuff. No offense. Oh, you're not going to offend me, dude. I'm not the one giving out the test. I'm just the one telling you why you owe it, basically. You will not offend me at all. Even if it's directly related to my job, I'm not going to get offended. I do it because it pays the bills. We've been over this. The only time I'll get offended is if you insult the Karanas. Here's a great part of being in America. Just don't pay it. There you go. There you have it. And I have to figure out how to make my cat earn money.
I don't speak English. I have no ID as well. I mean, they just write it off, don't they?
Eventually it will.
Tax deduction.
Yeah. Like 9 times out of 10, especially these days with medical billing and stuff like that. Like if you don't pay it after a little bit, yeah, it'll be sold for pennies on the dollar to another company and then vice versa. But like, well, I mean, what are they going to do otherwise? Just don't speak English. Work because they'll find a translator.
I don't have social security.
Like what? Really low. Like what are they gonna do?
You know what throws you off though is at least when I was doing CNA,
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't afford the care that I was giving.
Yeah. Yep. That's even. Yep. Oh, because they pay CNA so bad.
Oh, I mean, I was telling you, I was getting paid 12 an hour to clean up human poop. There's a
Yep.
guy in Vegas who's getting paid an hour away. He was getting paid 18 an hour to clean up dog poop.
Yep.
And I had to go to school for half a year for that too.
Yep. My biggest problem is I don't have a car. I mean, I guess it depends on the area that you live in. If you're in an area where public transportation is still pretty good, but like in Oklahoma City, you're fucked. if you don't have a car. The public transportation here is non-existent, except for like one little sliver of like downtown Bricktown area. No buses there anymore. There's like a couple of buses in the downtown area, but from like area to area, not really.
I mean, sometimes there's a point to have a bad car. The DA, where he used to live, people would always trash it, so he drove a junker. Who cared if it got wrecked?
Yeah.
Please take out your anger. I don't care.
Yeah. There is some public transportation, Shadow, but it's not going to get you where you need to be. And it's like only from very small areas to other small areas. God forbid your job is on the other side of town. It's not going to get you where you need to be. Oh, he didn't like you.
But okay, I'm gonna head out after this. Thank you,
All
man.
right.
It's been really enjoyable.
Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate you joining. If any of y'all have YouTube, be sure to check out Ion's channel. He's got a really big YouTube channel, does EverQuest content. It's really good. Just something to keep in mind. Used to live in Oklahoma City and Yukon as a kid. Nice. That is definitely not far from where I live. And Ominous, I don't know about you, man, but I'm still down to keep going. So I'm just going to keep pulling for us. You know me, man. Kill, kill, kill. Hell yeah. Hurry up and get to 100. We're getting there, man. We're getting there. Went to Northwest class in high school for a year before my family moved out of state. And I don't get it. Some of these guys give like almost 0.5% in EXP, and then some of these guys give basically nothing. I guess some of these guys are just weaker enemies. Is Beastmaster fun to play? Thinking about trying it out. I mean, it's a really fun class. It's very versatile, more so in the higher levels, but in the lower levels, you're still pretty able to solo or molo. But that's a lot of fun. Has almost everything. Yeah, like you can slow, you can nuke, you can damage over time. You've got a pet. A lot of pet variety. Not really as far as like different pets that you can have. Like each different race has a different kind of pet. Like Wood Elf that I picked here has a treant pet. Uh, bar Barbarians have a wolf. Ixars, I think, have a scaled wolf pup. Kind of wish you could tame a mob and make it fight for you. Yeah, unfortunately, WoW was ahead of its time in that case. EverQuest does not do that. It would be cool, though. You can buy different things that will change the way your minion looks, though. But that's about all it'll do. It won't give your pet, like, different attacks or anything. Enchanters can. Yeah, enchanters can make basically anything their bitch. At least for a period of time. I want to say Dire Charm now works all the way up to, like, 123 or 124. And it's, like, a guaranteed 6-minute charm. Ogre, Bear, Troll, Basilisk, Vashir, Tiger. Dragon should have been in there, and it should have literally been a little dragon. Prove me wrong. What the Wow. Somebody's saying some real controversial stuff in general chat. It must be a EverQuest night. Not available to humans. What are we talking about? Beastmaster? No. Yeah, Beast Lords are only, I want to say, Wood Elf, Ogre, Troll, Vashir, Barbarian. Oh, and Ixar, sorry. Oh, can't forget about Ixar, sorry. Don't worry about it, you're good. Should have halfling and a squirrel or a bunny. That would have been kind of funny. Don't forget SXR, stupid racial prejudices. Ixar, the one race that's hated by literally every other race. Hurry up and get to the 100s. We're trying. You could always bring your mage down to us, and you could power level us with your mega enhanced minion pet. Yeah, you're like 106. You can come on down to us, and we could go through and do some higher level content. I think it's funny you can make a frog walk SK. Sack down to 90, just saying. There you go. Yeah. You could also make a necromancer and happy and give them some what is it, essence emeralds. Let him sack you down to 90. There you go. Me and Ominous in the same thought process. How many EEs for one chrono? Talking some valuable currency now. Froglock Monk might be the weirdest race combo yet, but they look so cool, man. Froglock Monks have some of the most entertaining animations for like flying kick. They, like jump up and spin through the air. If only they had a turtle or a panda race. I mean, I don't know about either one of those. Just because they're not like actually any races in Norath. To be 1k per E, so like 7,000. I feel like one of the only races they ever really should have added in EverQuest that they never got around to was goblins. Because goblins are such a like a commonplace in the game across all expansions. Always have them be like they're very isolated. Playable Othmere. Othmere, that would have been an interesting one too. Because we've seen a whole lot of them. That'd be interesting. They have that illusion, yeah. Nice. 69,000 HP. Vashir Bard, there's one I haven't seen in quite a while. At least not since, like, I played on Oakwind. I had to think about that one. Main back whenever Lachlan released a Vashir Bard. My Bard is Vashir. Nuh-uh. Is he really? Just goes to show how much I pay attention. Could be a funny joke. His music is like a cat caterwauling in the middle of the night. I remember doing the instrument crafting quest lines. And I've never been a fan of the Vashir. I'm going to be completely honest with y'all. I think the only time I've liked them when they were like the Karens beforehand. Never been a big fan. Tempted but heard bards can't solo at all. They used to be much better at it. That's where the skill really comes into play. Hiding. Renew these buffs real quick. There we go. Never gets aggro because I don't attack. Bards get a lot of aggro though, Shadow. Enemies really dislike bards because of the beneficials and stuff that they're casting. It's actually funny because in the last group of people I leveled with regularly back in like March and April, our bard was known for dying a lot because he would be kind of AFK, like just singing his songs. Yep, you get aggro just for playing music, yeah. Like he would just be sitting there like playing his songs, and the enemies when they came into the camp would just swat his ass dead. It was hilarious. Yeah, bards get high aggro because of that. They're the squishiest plate class, yeah. Which is funnier because even more than just like a main cleric. Yep. You're my kitty rage. It was hard for me to take Vashir classes seriously back in the day. Ooh, we got a named. The first one we've seen tonight. And holy crap, does he hit hard. And all he gave was I guess 0.5. That's not too bad. What did he drop? Essence of Vitality. Oh, an Augment. Interesting. It's all good. He died pretty quick anyways. Honestly, really not a bad night. Started here 3.5 hours ago at level 84. Granted, it helped having pretty much consistent pulls from our Bard, and the Druid buff I've been casting pretty consistently. But yeah, Ominous, I know I was talking to you about this earlier. I'm pretty sure I got my entire Planes of Power King situation figured out finally. I should be good to go. I did everything needed up all the way through the Elemental Planes. And I'm pretty sure literally all I have to do now is actually just what am I thinking here? I just have to run through the Elemental Planes, I think, one more time. Because for some reason it doesn't seem like those flags stuck whenever I hailed those guys. But I should be good to go. Like whenever I sit down and I say guided meditation now, I'm not like missing anything. It says everything all the way up to like having access to the Elemental Planes. God, it took forever. I had to go through and I had to hit the Plane of Storms keying process, the Plane of Justice trial, the Halls of Honor trials, the Man, those guys hit so fucking hard. Just a couple more levels and we'll be out of this House of Thule. Not House of Thule, but fucking Underfoot content and into House of Thule content. I didn't actually check to see what the level 90 hot zone is. That might be worth checking out. Uh, I love that damage shield. Where's the big guy at? There he is. What's the Wolfman race in the tutorial? Wolfman race. Oh, Kobold. Kobolds? Yeah. I mean, I guess that would kind of make sense. The merchant NPC. You know, that's a good question. Kobold's also been something that's been in the game for a really long time. They kind of are playable if you have the right illusion. Like this. You can get illusion items to look like them. Another twofer. I love that damage shield. Hey, it's two puddles. It'd be even funnier is if you as an earth elemental, you had your earth elemental pet and then you had an earth elemental minion. Got my new main rogue up to 121, kind of messing around trying to get him caught up. Illusion clickies, working on epics. What clickies would you suggest I prioritize? For damage clickies, I would say there is one here that you can use at level 100 that helps. Number one, keeping your legs constantly clicked. And then also this is called Grellis Royal Seal, which gives your weapons another layer of damage. This is not the Chocobo song, it's the Ride On song. It's like the airship song that you get from Final Fantasy VIII, like the first time that you have your airship. But Grellis Royal Seal is one really important clicky for an extra layer of damage. Another important one is getting a belt with overdrive punch on it. Let's see here. Like this. Here you go. Got overdrive punch on it. It's another like direct damage hit on your belts. Between that and having like your leg poison clicky that you can use. Another really good illusion clicky that gives you a poison proc as a rogue. You can use one of two things. I would say there is a minion raptor that you can use. It spits poison on your enemies. There is also a vanishing point minion, which increases your damage with piercing. And then there's also this Form of the Recluse, which gives you an additional proc for poison. It doesn't do a whole lot, but it adds up, and it's like a permanent, not permanent, but like a 6-hour buff that you can use. You're welcome, no problem. Of course, not necessary things, but things that really stack up to add and give you that extra boost of damage. As a rogue in general, we've always had to kind of fight for our place as DPS. Now with like the weapon upgrades that you get at 125, now we can truly like join the ranks of like really good DPS. Oh, hello. I'm assuming this is one of yours in the Blackstone group here, Ominous. Not that I'm opposed at all, you know what I mean? Gotcha. I'm just trying to go down the list and attack everything. Do a little bit of damage to everything. Definitely not opposed to the extra EXP here. Thank you, little gnome. Yep. What sucks is we're at the point where even the big dick damage shield that lasts for only 10 hits doesn't kill them all. Damage shield gone. Damage shield gone. Oh, this one might put me at 88. I should have an even higher level pet, but I didn't pick up spells past 85. Just goes to show another night that I wasn't... Oh shit, he died. Uh... uh... Note to self, don't click the wrong item while looking at stuff. Yeah. At least the pet's still tanking like a beast. Now we're just not getting EXP for any of it. RIP. Got EXP for that one. When you get a chance, can I have a few wizard items, please? Yeah, if I come across something, I don't mind hooking you up. So you pulled the trigger on a wizard? Did you go with the Draken wizard, make him look all cool? Female Draken wizard, nice. He's a real hottie. I mean, if you're gonna play, you might as well play something that you enjoy looking at. What's the tune's name? Here, let me revive our buddy real quick here. I know between me and Ominous, we're definitely going to be able to hook you up with some good stuff for a wizard. Whenever it lets me get out of combat, I will get you resurrected. Oh, I think you already revived. We're good. JK. Man, I definitely need to get some better spells. Started trying to mem a spell and it sat me down. And I'm at the point where POK isn't really going to have the spells that I need anymore. I'm going to have to start going to different zones. When you say it takes smack, yeah, you take all that damage, no mitigation. Also, 88, hell yeah. Been too long since I power leveled anything. Must be the race because it looks like she's almost naked. Yeah, Drakens, and a lot of the other races, they almost always make them look still fully clothed if they're not wearing armor. The Drakens, they don't play around with that. If they're naked, they're pretty much just wearing, like, loincloths. Attacking all my swarm pets first. Jeez. It's crazy. Just in the time of me going to 84 to 88, I went from getting 2.5% EXP per kill to getting 0.5. We're at the slow point. Back in this scammer race, why yes, I'm a really attractive single female. Give me all your loots. Hit picks, please. It's funny, people have joked about that, like on TLPs and stuff like that too. If you play a female character, people in general will be like much nicer to you and give you shit. Even though in the back of the mind, they have to know that you're really a dude. They have to. There's no way they don't know that you're a guy. %, 98% males, some of which are just hoping you're the 2% females. Hey. Whatever gets you going, I guess. What's the fastest way to Direwind Cliffs? Port to... God, what is that port called? Transport Steps. There's a port to Direwind, Jesus Christ. I'm like telling this dude to point to steps like he's going to Valdhome or something. Or there's a guild hall for it, I think. We're over 3 full levels ahead of this content, and these guys still hit like trucks, even with all these AAs. Which, by the way, I've gotten a lot of AAs tonight. I think in total I've gotten pretty close to 20 AAs in like 3 hours on my mercenary. Yeah, I got you. I'm not sure whenever Ominous will be able to send stuff over to you. I know since I'm here doing all this, I don't think I'll be able to parcel anything for a little bit. Where is the neck? Oh, here, right here. Rebinding my target key to tab was the best decision I've ever made. Wizards need familiars like D&D. They do. They have familiars. I think you get your first familiar in the 20s. Then you get a more powerful one in the 50s. What's the auto target button and how do I change it? It's like your tab key to cycle between like you and another enemy. I changed my tab key to cycle to the closest enemy, and I set it to tab just for that. Because the like mouse click targeting in this game is so janky. I have tab set to toggle me, and last NPC I use F8 to cycle nearest. It's funny, I don't really use my F8 keys at all, except for like maybe 1, 2, and 3 if I'm targeting maybe somebody to heal or something like that. I use my F1 through F6 keys way more for like Final Fantasy. Alt-O goes to your option. Here. Great idea. I knew you were going to say it's a great idea. Target. So this is what mine looks like. I just like cycle through extended targets tab. Target nearest NPC tab. Actually, let's change that as well. Um, yeah, that one's helped me out a lot because I was like click targeting for the longest time, and I can't believe I was doing that for so long. Little ways away on accident. Nice. Yeah, that'll help a little bit. All right, there we go. Let me pull back to the actual group this time. Oh man. Oh, also ominous. I did pull the trigger on buying a coffee pot. I got it's like a 12-ounce coffee pot maker, and it's going to be here tomorrow. So I can really fuel my addiction properly. It's going to be glorious. Yeah, Ominous is multi-gaming right now, man. He'll hook you up. Now we can stay up 24/7 playing EverQuest. 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 I need sleep. We have coffee. I agree. Especially on a vacation, man. Yes, eventually, Shadow. It always starts everyone with like either like a club or a dagger or a sword at first. At first, you have to, though. At first, you gotta. If you're playing D&D and you see a wizard pull on a dagger, you know something's seriously wrong. Maybe he's just gonna shank a bitch. You pissed off the wizard enough to pull out a dagger. Oh, we got a... This is a named boy again. Oof. Summoning sand piles? I don't think I noticed that last time. You drop an augment again, I'm guessing. Yep. Same augment. There's a skill for alcohol tolerance in this game. Yep. There's even a special item you can get that lets you summon basically infinite beer. Give you permanent beer goggles. Yeah, there's a not necessarily for alcohol tolerance, but there's a clicky you can get that basically summons infinite beer for you, like a cloak. There's even some items that like increase on stats dependent on your alcohol tolerance. Beer stein should be an offhand item. There are steins you can actually use though. Oh, about to get hooked up. Ah. What's going to be nice is once I get this guy to 90, I can start power leveling him if I want to with my 120s. Like my SK or my Berserker or my Warrior. Wait, left or right eye? Are you talking about your earrings? Yeah, if he hooked you up with like the usual stuff, a lot of those items are multi-slot. Yeah, the item itself probably tells you that it's equipable in more than one slot. Repops. Nice. What's your stats up to? I'm sure you got a few thousand HP. Literally Mr. Duke Nukem over here with a level 1 wizard. You can basically do whatever you want to with those kind of stats. Another twofer. $1,500 health, 1284 mana at level 2. Yeah, I think you're good to go, man. You should have literally no problem progressing through the content you want to. And I also kind of encourage that you do go through it like that, as opposed to like the power leveling we were doing for beforehand. Just go through the hero's journey quest line, and you're gonna have a much easier time. Go forth and blow shit up. Hell yeah. I think that was one of the commandments, anyways, right? At least in America. It is enjoyable. Yeah, buddy. Go forth and Duke Nukem. At level 55. That means it's not. You can use it, but it's the effect itself won't take place. Won't do anything until 55. Now you can use the item. You're just the nuke effect on it is not going to happen until 55. Ominous, I am going to call it quits after this kill. I'm going to start winding down a little bit here. All right. Guess I'll go run that first mission again. All right, man. I appreciate you grouping up, dude. Oh, shit. Damn. Oh, I think I've got one of those items already. It's probably... Damn it, Day. I think it's the augment that I already have. Pretty sure I already have that augment. You motherfucker. Listen, if you want to give me your rod, man, just say it. You'll have to put it on my icon. Yeah, it was the augment. Rod of the fire starter, speaking of. Just slip it in. Thanks for the hookup, Ominous. Yeah, guys, we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate y'all watching. Thanks for hanging out whenever Ion was hanging out in chat as well. Just shooting the shit, talking about random stuff. Yeah, I appreciate y'all. Thanks for watching. We'll be back on tomorrow. The vacation's still going strong.